I felt like I was always in a state of preparation to go back to work. And I didn't really enjoy the kids. I could have traveled more with them. I could have been really present. I was never the kind of mom that would um yeah, be like, oh, let's go to the park today. Jesus Christ. I mean, I
To
don't
do
want to
what?
go push anybody on a swing. I don't want to get dirt on my feet. I don't want to go to the beach. But those are the kind of things they wanted to do. And I felt like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, just in case someone call, I need to go back to work. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I'm not. Don't you know I have a master's? Are you kidding me? I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I'm just go and play with yourselves. So yeah, that's more like one of my biggest regrets.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of This Queen Says, the podcast where we talk about the things we would say to our younger selves, our future selves, and get real about everything that has happened to us in between. My name is Enitan. I have to confess, I have my cousin as a guest on the podcast. She did go to Queen's College with me. And I'm really excited because we were talking before this, and I had to admit that there are lots of things about her life that I don't know, even though I have known her all my life and she has known me all her life. I'm really excited that this is an opportunity for us to get to know each other a lot better. So I will allow my darling cousin to introduce herself using the first question, which is, we have just met at a QCOG reunion, which would be embarrassing if we're cousins, to be honest, but here we go. Tell me about yourself in 30 seconds.
Wow, that's the one question I didn't even prepare for. But hey, let's give it a try.
Can you imagine?
It's nice to meet you again, Enitan, aka Niti.
Oh my God.
Any Penny Sawyer from heaven. We have to bring all that back. That was part of your identity growing up. But I am Tumi. I currently live in San Jose, California. I'm a mom of 3 kids. I completed my MBA in finance from a local university here. And I worked as a global mobility tax analyst with a company called Anderson right here in San Jose. I also consult, and I am looking into launching my own drink line for a local drink, Zobo. I'm sure everybody knows about Zobo, but with a twist, like Ghanaian flavors. It is so, so good. So yeah, that's my next project.
Just so everybody's listening, please do not call me Nitty, any penny sorry from heaven. That is a very private family thing that Tumi has decided to share, but it's okay. I knew about the masters. I knew about your 3 beautiful children, but I did not know about the entrepreneur Zobo drink. What brought that about?
Money. I live in California. It's so everything is so expensive here. So anything you can do to just bring in extra income would go a long way. And I had attended an event, a 40th birthday party to be exact. And the celebrant is a friend of mine. And I was like, for my gift, I'll just bring Zobo and I'll put it in bottles and put your name and all that stuff just to look a little fancy. Like going Niger style, right? And I distributed it during the party, and everybody kept coming back for more and more. I was like, hey, I don't land jackpots with this. And everyone was like, oh, how can I order? Do you make it? And that's really how it sparked. And the recipe is actually from my neighbor who is Ghanaian, Nana. So she makes it, and then we've started just selling. So we actually had our soft launch last week, and we also have another event next week. But in between, we take orders.
No one can see my mouth is open because this is my first cousin. Like her mom and my dad are brother and sister, same mom, same dad. I think this is amazing. Is it too late for me to be an investor?
We are not taking investments right now. We are seeing where it leads, and then we'll definitely open it up. But yeah, the plan is to take this worldwide, to have it in grocery stores and it's a tougher sell to a different audience, the non-African audience, really.
Mm.
The people that really seem to like it are the Asians or the Indians, people that really do spicy stuff, because we do
Mm.
have a kick of ginger and pepper in it. So it's not like your regular Zobo. So we're trying to figure out how we can make variations of it too, to see if we can reach a wider audience. So yeah, but definitely I'll keep you in mind
You have to. I'd
as a
be so
potential
annoyed.
investor.
I would be so annoyed because I remember there was this story of I think it was a friend of yours or someone you knew who had started a business and he didn't invest at the time. We're not going to mention names. And that company kind of blew up and you were like, ah,
There's so many stories
are
like
you
that, right?
serious?
Everything is hindsight.
Oh,
You just sit
God.
down and be like, oh my God, if only I had known. Well, that's life, you know. You never know what's going to really explode. But even with the diversification everybody tries to do, you still don't know. We've made so many investments over the years. We're still waiting for the big one to finally put us in that retirement phase.
This will be it. And I'll be there.
Amen. From your mouth to God's ears, right?
Love
From
it.
your mouth to God's
I
ears.
love it. I love it. I love it.
I can't wait to retire. That's all. I just want to travel the world. I just call you. I'm like, anytime I'm next door. Let's go out.
Exactly. And I would have retired because my investment would have paid off as well.
Exactly.
So,
We'll just be traveling together.
can
I'm
you
like,
imagine?
okay, where next? Where next?
I
God,
love it.
spare our lives so that we'll live that dream.
So, talking about dreams, what would you say to yourself as a JS1 girl just starting QC? How old were you actually when you started QC?
Same age as everyone, like 10 or 11. Young, nervous, naive. I've always been a nervous person going into any space for the first time. Are they gonna like me? How easy it is gonna make friends, and so many things goes through my mind. I can never forget the first day of JS1 though. My mom obviously went with me. It seemed like she stayed there for the longest time, like just to make sure I had my desk and I had everything I needed. Like she stayed there up to maybe first period stuff and even introduced
Oh,
herself to the teacher that was in first period. It was like, when is this lady going to leave so I can be free? Well, those are the kind of experiences that you never forget, your first day of school. But if I were to go back, I would say enjoy the experience. Like, it's 6 years, it's going to be one of the best times of your life. Take more risk. Don't be afraid to get into trouble. I was always on the straight and narrow path, like trouble. Coming back to my mom with trouble, no way. No, no way. And you know how teachers back then were, like when they know your parent, they'll be like, I'll
mm,
report you to your mom. I will
mm.
report you. Eh? You are here again? What did you do this time? But I was never one of those students. And to be honest, looking back, I wish I was. I wish I had gotten in trouble once in a while. I mean, life is only going to get more straight. There'll be less opportunities to mess up as you get older.
True.
So that's what I would tell my younger self. Leave, have fun. Life is not too hard. The road ahead is even tougher. So this is a time for you to just let loose. Go for those parties. It's okay. It won't kill you. Don't be afraid to get a C or a B in any of your classes. It's okay. Nobody turns back and says, what did you get in JS1 or JS2? Who remembers those things? No one. Well, except my mom, she still has all those report cards. She'll be like, hey, you are complaining about your children now. Abi. Let us bring out your own reports from JS1.
This advice that you're giving your younger self, is this the same advice you give your children? It's okay to
I
mess up,
try.
have parties.
I know. Of course, no, you don't tell
Of
them
course not.
that, but you give them that leeway. I was talking to someone the other day, and I feel like our generation, we're not allowing our kids to really mess up. Like, we do not want them to fail. We are always too present, finger holding, hand holding. Water cannot touch your head. Helicopter mom. My kids always remind me that, oh, mommy, but you don't go with us to school. Half of the things that go on in our lives, you don't even know. You will just die if you hear all the things that take place within our circles or in school itself. Just the other day, not just yesterday, I just saw that a young girl tried to take her own life, right?
Oh.
in the neighboring school. So obviously they heard about it, but they didn't bring it up with me, right? But you try and be there as much as you can,
Mm.
but you leave the room for all the mess ups and all the, the late, like the first year of high school for my kids. I was on my phone checking because they now have this app where you can track their reports and if they've turned in the
Oh,
assignments.
wow.
And I was like, why haven't you turned in your assignments? It's 2 days late. Excuse me, sir. And I've seen you on Snapchat and TikTok. What's going on? you know, at the end of the day, my husband keeps saying, Just leave them. She means their grade. Why are you so, when they are going to college and they want to go to that university that is saying, well, I'm so sorry, your GPA is below our average. We can't accept you. They will know now. Right. So I think it's the same way for us too. Like, even though our parents, I don't know about you, how your dad handled you, but my mom was always like, excuse me, don't you have a book to read? You don't have assignment in school? Go and read your book. The way my mom raised me is definitely different from how I'm looking to raise my kids. Like, I really had no social life, right? But my kids have
Oh.
the opportunity, apart from church or family events, I couldn't say, oh, mommy, there's a party. Like, can we go? It didn't happen. How was it for you, though?
There were so many things that you said that just made me think about things getting back to our parents. So in my case, my mum used to be a teacher, and as God would have it, Mrs. Jai Simi, the VP, was my mum's paddy. So I'll never forget the day I was at home. I was like, school, I'm tired, always stressing me out. Blah, blah, blah. They're so strict. And then the door went, and I went to open it, and it was Mrs. Jaisini. And I was like, yeah, yeah. My mind was like, Enitan, what did you do? Did you say anything? Why is she here? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God. Mr. Jason was so
She
strict.
was, but she just came to see my mom, and it was just so weird seeing them in the sitting room just laughing and just thing. And I'm like, no, 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 this
It
is not.
doesn't
It doesn't
translate.
translate. Plus, I also knew that he didn't give me a pass. If anything, it meant like additional extra eyes on me. I think in terms of the social life and the schools, they used to call me, is it deceiver, pretender?
One of those that is everywhere.
Everywhere.
But when it comes time for exam, you have carried all the A's.
I am sorry, everybody. I am sorry. I am sorry. Yes, I was one of those. I did well in school. I wasn't top though, but I was okay. And as for the social life, I tried. My mom, maybe because she was Catholic, you know what they say about Catholic girls. My mom was very like, where are you going? What party? Who is there? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you can't go, there's a boy. But my dad, being an obstetrician and gynecologist who knew the realities, was a lot more relaxed. So he is the one I would talk to about boys. When I first got my period, it was my dad I told, you know. So I always wanted to make him proud. So I never got into trouble. I guess because I
Yeah,
had the grades.
you were a good daughter.
I was a good
You were a
daughter.
very good daughter.
And I don't know if it's also something about, because I'm the firstborn as well. So there's
Hmm.
that pressure to not give your parents too much stress.
Yeah.
So they're always proud of you. But I could have had more fun. I don't know.
Hmm.
Because when I think about what would fun in QC have been for me, it would have meant boys. Let me not lie. So,
That was not my definition of fun, though. My definition of fun was actually seeing my friends outside school. And I feel like I didn't get those opportunities. Like, I wasn't hanging
interesting.
out in anyone's house apart from the cousin's house. I feel like I was either in Yaba on the
Our
weekends or in
grandparents.
Ikoyi on the weekends.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to so and so's birthday or I'm going to chill with this person in the house. No, it was none of that.
Wow. And
It
look
was
at
none
you
of that at
now.
all. I know,
I
right?
know.
That's why I'm like, my kids, I'm like, don't you people have friends? Let your friends come over. I mean, let me know these friends. You're always going to their house. Why don't you come? Let them come to your own house waiting. But I even feel like they're scared to bring their friends to the house because they were like, I don't know, mommy, you are erratic. I don't understand what you sound off to those friends. So we keep them quite far.
I have seen you around your kids, and I get it. Because sometimes you're laughing and joking, sometimes you're like, what?
I
Where?
know, I can switch.
You guys do it. Keep them on their toes.
Which
Exactly.
mommy are we getting at this minute?
So, do you think you're becoming more and more like your mum? For the
I
record,
think
I love
so.
my aunts, by the way.
I think so. I think in a lot of ways with the parenting. But parenting is tough. So I have to give her credit for that. It's tough to know your kids' potential and them not living up to that potential.
Mm.
So a lot of the things that I feel we connect to, I've even gone back several times to her and be like, mommy, if only I had listened then. Or mommy, if I had done this or done that. And even when I'm trying to parent my kids, I'd be like, look, grandma told me this thing and I did not listen.
Ah,
See where I am right now.
ah.
If only I had listened, I would not have gone on Israelite journey. I feel like I go back a lot and look at my history and the parenting and then but I don't want to overcorrect too, right? I want to have them to leave and have their own. Our parents were like that too. They didn't want us to feel like they were always on our backs. My parents knew everything about me. You can't even hide a diary in the house because they will find it. Right? There was no room for privacy. My kids these days will ask for privacy. And I give it to them. So yeah, in a lot of ways I'm like her, but in a lot of ways I'm not because I'm also trying to overcorrect some of the things that I felt were too overprotective or not
Yeah.
necessary. You keep learning and failing and adjusting. And there's no one rule book to follow for parenting. And my oldest is going to be 18 soon, and I still feel like there's still a lot that I
Oh,
have done wrong that
really?
I'm now trying. Oh yeah, yeah. That I'm now using my youngest Tiwa to compensate for. Right? Like, okay, this one is a lost cause. I've done, I've failed when it comes to to the oldest. So now let's try and be more chilled, you know, just be more supportive and say, okay, let me hold you need a hug. I'm
Oh.
giving more hugs now. Maybe I didn't hug too much. Or maybe it was the whole perception of their boys. You shouldn't really be
Mm,
too touchy
mm.
feely with them. So there are lots of hugs and kisses for my daughter, and for the boys, I don't. Maybe it's too late now because they don't want to hug me or kiss me. You have to force it. So I'm like, okay, you don't hug me, no pocket money this week. It's on you. So that's how I get all those little things, all those affectionate displays. I'm still learning, still a lot to learn. Even my mom will say it's that parenting never ends
Mm.
until you die. Like there's always one thing or the other you're worried about.
It's lovely hearing you talk like this. I still see you as my little cousin.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm like, oh my God, my baby cousin has
I
an
know.
18-year-old.
Our lens is still fixed on that those years
Yeah.
of our younger days. If we only knew
Ah.
how life would be now. I mean, there's gosh, there's so much I would have eaten. I would have been fat, as in eating to my heart's delights, like ice cream, anything. Like I wouldn't have been weight conscious. I mean, I would have lived. It's too late to do all those things now. We are now on Fit Farm, access to social media and all this
Mm.
internet stuff they're reading. We're now more self-aware. But back then, even though we didn't even realize it, we were kind of self-aware,
But it was
right?
different.
It was
It
different.
was different. The things that I thought would cause the heavens to crash were completely different. Completely different.
It's completely shifted now, that's for sure. It's completely shifted.
Uh, so, jump forward to when you're 25. What would you say to yourself?
I don't know if it would be much different, but
Because were you married? When did you get married?
I got married at
Okay.
26. Going back as a 25-year-old or just in my 20s, I did my first master's in public policy. I had just had an internship in Switzerland, in Geneva, with the UN, and I had an opportunity to stay back. Right? I had a boyfriend there. I'm like, stay back. Eh." My boyfriend will be gone by the time I come back. Are you kidding me? Let me go and
Lock him down.
let's not go and do lockdown. There is no worry. So thinking back, I was just like, what? You put your life on hold for something that was so
Interesting.
uncertain, right? I didn't tell my parents about the opportunity. But if my daughter should ever come to me and say, Mommy, I have this opportunity and but I don't want to take it because I'm getting married or whatever, I would first slap you so that you can reset. You can
Reset.
reset. Let's reset your mind frame now. So it's like take advantage of the opportunities that come your way,
Mm,
weigh them carefully because those are the times that you can really be selfish. You can really make decisions that would take you to the next level. Because if I had stayed back, I just think about all the opportunities, I probably would have stayed back and built a life in Switzerland,
wow.
right? So just that one decision completely to me altered my life and altered the trajectory of my life in terms of career and everything. Because those years were the years that I really could have been selfish to really build my career
Mm,
professionally, right? To really follow my passion. So follow your passion. I got married at 26. I was working still, but as soon as I got pregnant, I had to go on bed rest because I had a complicated pregnancy. So that immediately took 2, 3 years off professionally for me, right? Even having kids, when I go back and look at it, I was like, what was the rush? Really, I know the expectation is, well, when you get married, it's when are you having kids?
yeah.
Not that my mom or my parents pressured me, but I feel like I put that pressure on myself. We were in New York then. And back then, I didn't even realize the whole daycare situation was just chaotic. I mean, there was even a movie that came out around that period called Daycare University or something like that. Because when my son was about 6 months, I was like, all right, it's time for you to go to daycare. Not knowing that there was a wait list of almost 18 months.
No.
People go and try to get their kids into daycare when the baby is still in their belly, when they are still
No.
pregnant. So that completely threw me off. Like I couldn't get anywhere to put my son. Nowhere. Wait, I'm sorry, ma'am. Wait list is 12 months or
Uh-uh.
16 months that you were supposed to have come when you were so pregnant with him. I said, how am I supposed to know these things? So yeah, I had to be at home again. Right. So decisions, decisions, decisions. So weigh them carefully. Think through it. Get a mentor. Like no one ever thinks about, oh, where should I start getting mentorship? Don't be in a hurry to make heavy decisions. Talk them through, especially if you're career driven. Like
Mm.
not, it's not meant for everyone. So people are homemakers. I was never like that. So yeah, that's what I would say. I can't change it now, but looking back, those are one of the things that I should have given more thought.
If someone had told me to get a mentor in my 20s, I'd have been like, for what? I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm confident. The world is different. The world is my oyster. I have time. I think if I had a mentor and I'd been honest enough with my mentor, my life also would have been quite different. I was talking to a friend earlier on today saying I squandered so many opportunities. I was having fun. I'm not lie. I was having fun. I was shopping. I had all this money. I didn't know what to do with. I didn't have any responsibilities. Next month I'll save. Next month I'll save. But if I had a mentor, my life definitely would have been a bit different.
I feel QC kind of failed us in lots of ways. I don't really, I know we had a GNC guidance and counselor teacher,
Did we?
but I don't feel, yeah, we did. Maybe I didn't
I
utilize it, but
definitely
I feel
didn't.
like it wasn't part of the way we were prepared for life after QC. When I look at my kids now in their school, they have all that. They have
Mm,
counselors and they're like, yeah, come talk to us. Let's talk about your majors. Let's talk about what schools are good for those
yeah.
majors. I didn't have that proper guidance. All I knew was like, oh, I'm going to be the one to eradicate poverty. So what can I study? Hell, economics seems to be the way. But my mom had always been very practical. She's like, what can you really do to make money? Economics, you mommy have to do a PhD, go all the way.
Mm.
It's not just a degree. You can't stop at the bachelor's level or even master's. But I was like, no, it's okay. I will just do economics. My mom would have been a very good GMC teacher. She was so practical. She mentored,
Mm.
and my mom mentored so many people, but I obviously didn't tap into that.
Do you think we would have listened though at that age?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, but at least you had the option. Back then, obviously, the only things we were thinking of was just, let me just finish and get out of here. So that I'll go to university and just live my life and be free of all these do's and don'ts. But even at university, I didn't take advantage of any sort of counseling or no, maybe towards the end of my uni, but from day one, you're already friends with them so that they can have you in mind for opportunities that could possibly come up. I should have been doing internships at my second year,
Agree.
really.
Agree.
But
Agree.
ideally, I was like, no, I'm going back to Lagos. I'm going to go and party. Not that those things were wrong. You could easily have done that, get an internship in Nigeria, for example. But here I am. But you can't rewrite history. And, if you had taken a different trajectory, you'll be someone else. You'll be a completely different person than you are right now. And can you really, would you want to be someone else than what you are right now? I don't know. For you, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, I like who I am at the moment, in
Yeah.
spite of maybe because of all
Mm,
the mistakes
exactly.
and the misdirections and all the hard fought lessons. I do like myself. I
Hmm.
do.
And that's a big deal that you actually like yourself. Some people are paying hundreds, thousands of dollars to sit in a counselor's office. Not that that's wrong, to just come to terms with the
Mm.
decisions they've made, right? And how to move on from where they are right now, to come to a place of gratitude and self love. I don't even think I'm there right now. I mean, I like myself, but I feel like I need to like myself even more because there's still so many things that I would love to do, but I still feel like I'm holding back.
What's holding you back?
Ah, children now, I
Mm.
can't just pick up
Fair.
and leave. Responsibilities. I still feel in a lot of ways I'm not living my best life yet. I'm in a state of constant inhaling, but I haven't exhaled. I'm still like tense,
Mm.
full of uncertainty of what next or how we're going to get this done or XYZ. Life is still in a state of flux for me. It feels that way.
So if we fast forward to 10 years later, 35, so
35.
what would to me of today say to me of 35?
Well, now that you have had the children, just cook and enjoy them. Don't be too hard on yourself, Abby. Because I mean, I stopped working for 10 years, right? But it still felt like I was holding on to that career and not really enjoying my kids because I felt like I was always in a state of preparation to go back to work. And I didn't really enjoy the kids. I could have traveled more with them. I could have been really present. I was never the kind of mom that would Um, they'll be like, "Oh, let's go to the park today." Jesus Christ. I mean,
To
I don't
do
want to
what?
go push anybody on a swing. I don't want to get dirt on my feet. I don't want to go to the beach. But those are the kind of things they wanted to do, and I felt like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, just in case someone call, I need to go back to work. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I'm not. Don't you know I have a master's? Are you kidding me? I'm not a stay-at-home mom. Just go and play with yourselves. So yeah, that's more like one of my biggest regrets. And I guess maybe not everyone is like that. I shouldn't be too hard on myself. Um, but I was never that kind of mom that I wanted to
Mm.
do arts and crafts. That wasn't me at all. What I wanted to do was just go back to the office and know that I am a professional. And I felt like my kids ended up missing out on a lot, especially when it came to connecting and being in Nigeria. They're too old now for me to pick up and go. But those are the years that I could have spent time making sure they understood their cultural heritage and spent investing in them culturally. Yeah, because profession was obviously out of the table. I mean, at the end of the day, that was God's plan for me to be at home with them. And it was so funny because I think it was after my first was born. I had attended a prophetic program at church. The pastor, during the prayer over me and my husband, said, there's going to be a big part of your life where God just wants you to stay home with the kids.
Wow.
That your career is going to be put on the back burner for now, but don't worry that you would eventually go back to it. And when I look back at that prophecy, I actually really wasn't a good steward over that word that was spoken to my life. Because even though that I thought I had received that message, I didn't leave it
Mm,
because I didn't still tap into the fact that, all right, to me, this is your season of being a homemaker. So lean into it and tap into it. I still didn't do that because I still felt okay. But she did say that I will go back to the career. Is it this year? I've been home for 5 years already. I said, is that not a long? Isn't that a long period already? So those are kind of things that I took for granted, right? And obviously, I still allowed people saying, but to me, you have degrees now. Why are you at home? You shouldn't be at home. Those things kind of get to you too. And you start thinking, yeah, I really shouldn't be at home. That's not what I was born to do. This isn't what I was made for. Yeah. So I didn't really lean into being a homemaker. It's a big regret for me, especially for the first two.
yeah.
I'm sure they remember the fun activities and all the stuff that I did with them, but it still felt like I didn't do enough.
Hearing you talk about putting your career on hold and staying at home with the children, it makes me think about my mum. Because, we lived in the UK, she was working, and we went back to Nigeria, and she stayed at home. But there were discussions between husband and wife as to she should stay at home. Anyway, and I loved the fact that I'd come home from school and she would be there. It's not like we would bake together. If anything, she was sending me to wash bed sheets by hand and make kamala, and I hated it. But she was there, and whenever she wasn't there when I was home, I was like, where is she? But I never actually thought about what it was like for my mom, how she must have felt giving up her career. She was working in the Nigerian High Commission. So I think she had an opportunity to go work in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and she gave that up. Sometimes it's easy to look at our parents and think, you were so strict. You didn't let me do this, without thinking and appreciating the parts of themselves that they put on hold for you.
Well, I hope my kids come to that realization sooner rather than later, too. I don't want to be old and then they'll be like, yeah, mom, thank you so much, right?
Nah.
I know I'm not getting it anytime soon, but that's all right. But yeah, it is a big deal. Like, I don't think anyone ever sits down to think about what our parents, not just our moms, right, gave up for us because they were this other person before you came into the picture. And they also have dreams too. They also have
Yeah,
aspirations, right? Um, but growing up with them, you just see them as your mom and they need to be there whenever you want them to be there.
exactly. Exactly. As parents get older, I think it's probably more apparent with my dad than my mum, obviously, because my mum passed away. There was always that shift. I don't know if you're there with your parents, where they stop being your parents and they start being people. Or you see their flaws and their weaknesses
Mhm.
and their strengths.
They become children. So you look at them like with eyes of children. I was like, "Ugh, are
Yeah,
you?"
you see a lot more of their personality, and you're like, wow.
Mhm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Definitely. I still say that today. I just shake my head and just be like, okay. They're still older. You can't be
But
disrespectful. So
sometimes you're like, listen to me.
there's sometimes where my dad will call and he'll be like, let me just report your mom to you. I have to report her. I'm like, okay, what did she do now? And I'm like, okay, let me speak to her. And my mom will be like, don't mind your daddy, don't mind him, don't mind him. Just don't listen to him. I did not do anything. He's the one with the problem. I'll be like, okay.
You're like, really?
It's come full circle now. I'm the one giving the
I
marital
love
advice
that.
now.
I love that. I love that. So, what would, to me, say to herself now?
Give yourself more grace. Pat yourself on the back. Like you've done a good job. Yeah, you've made mistakes. You're not ideally where you want to be, but you'll get there. If you don't give up, right? There's life, there's hope. That's what I keep telling myself. Like, so far as you're breathing, there's still that hope of tomorrow. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. So don't hold on to the past. Let it go.
Mm,
It's in the past for a reason. Look look forward. Even though a lot of times I don't know how in my prayer I'm always like, oh God, just show me. Just show me what exactly it is. Because I feel like I'm still in the wilderness. This journey that is supposed to take how many days is now years. Right, but enjoy your wilderness experience. Don't be too much in the future that you're not enjoying the present. Because even you trying to achieve that future goal is making you miss out on the present. So just be grateful for today. Because even that tomorrow is not
true.
guaranteed. It's not guaranteed for anyone.
What you said about looking to the future and not thinking about the present, I am the opposite. At the beginning of 2025, I said I want to live a soft life, but I didn't know what it meant. So I Googled it, and there was this image that came up with a definition that I really liked. Soft life was a life of peace, comfort, intentional happiness, no struggle, love, had determination to be happy. And I realized in order for me to have comfort and peace in the future, there'd have to be periods of discomfort. If I want to have peace, some other people around me are not going to be at peace. I was always the quiet one. I was the one who'd hold my tongue to keep the peace. Blah, blah. There wasn't peace, you know. Now, for me to have the future that I want, I have to do these things. And if it means that I'm not going to be popular, I'm going to speak up and have some people say that, until you've changed, so be it.
Are you saying you're no longer a peacemaker? You're just like, be damned with it. I don't care what you think. I'm just going to do me.
I've always done me to a certain extent and never really given a damn. However, when people would say things, I would normally ignore or bite my tongue, even if it pained me, because I didn't want to cause conflict. But now I'm like, no, why do you get to say these things? Why do you get to pass judgment on my life? And I just take it.
Do you think that's also part of getting older? Like you're just like, at what point in my life am I going to be able to speak my mind freely?
Possibly. And I also think it's because I'm no longer accountable to anyone. My parents aren't around. I don't have to worry about who will report me to them or me trying to make them proud. I'm not married anymore. I don't have children. So I don't have to be mindful of anybody else's feelings. I was holding on to a lot of things, not sharing, crying and breaking
That's
down
heavy.
inside just so that I wouldn't be a burden.
That's heavy. That's really heavy. It's like you've shed that cape off. Like, I'm not doing this
Yeah.
anymore. Right? And that's liberating, in so many ways. I'm not yet there yet. I feel like I am my authentic self in certain places. But in other places, I feel like I can't really show up as who I want to because of the clash. My parents are still around. So,
Oh.
it's more of, okay, all right, I have to keep quiet.
But you've always struck me as someone who does speak their mind. This is so interesting.
In a lot, I know everybody says that, but just imagine how much more I could say. I mean, yes, I actually do to an extent. Like my siblings are always like, to me, have filter, have filter. But just imagine, I said it could be worse. It could be
Oh
worse.
my
It could be completely
God help
worse.
us.
Like my husband would just pause and be like, did she just say that? Like, Like I've embarrassed him so many times. And I don't do it out of a place of
Mm.
spite or I want to be loud. It's just me. I can't just be in an environment where I'm always biting my tongue. I'd rather just stay at home and I'm not ready to put up a facade. So I'd rather not go.
And I did. I would bite my tongue. I would put up the facade.
Mm.
Hmm.
It eats at you. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. So kudos to you for that freedom.
Thank you very much.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And I'm sure you feel so much lighter.
I do. I've done locks. God, I
I
know,
know.
right?
You have locked your hair, Dada. Is that locked? And it's Dada. What you say, Dada? Dada ló gbé sí irun ẹ̀.
Exactly. Exactly. So, talking about our parents, what would Tumi say to her 65-year-old self?
By the grace of God, I make it.
Amen.
Um, take stock, look back, give credit to who credit is due. Liberate yourself. Life is too short, right? I'm actually even saying to myself right now at 45, like, don't be too wrapped up in opinions. Live your life to the fullest. Live your soft life. Um, be free.
Be free.
Love hard. Spend time with your loved ones. Don't take any moment for granted. But even that's just relevant today, right? I feel like we don't really pause to reflect enough. But let's take stock and appreciate it and be full of thanksgiving and gratitude. We pray for divine health, long life, to really live that soft life. You know that song, Allow Me to Enjoy Myself. Allow me to, that's what I want to be singing. Allow me to enjoy myself. You know, that is the life. That's going to be my anthem. Maybe another song would have come out by then, but that would be my anthem, right? At 65. I can't wait to get there because I feel like I'll be able to fully exhale by then.
Amen. I hope so too. I cannot say that I cannot wait to be 65 or 70. I mean, I'm looking at
Mhm.
50 and I'm like, shit, me, 50. Like, how?
Like I've always embraced getting older. It's always something that I've looked forward to. I think it's beautiful to age and age well, to still be surrounded with your loved ones, wherever they may be, and it's a beautiful thing. Like even when I see gray hairs on people, I'm like, oh my god, that is so beautiful.
What about on you?
I don't inherit that Sawyer gene.
I love you, but I hate you. Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't. I can count the amount of grays on my hair, like two.
Oh,
I only have two,
God.
and they're right at the front. In fact, I was just saying to myself the other day that I'm going to go and buy a wig that is just gray. Because people always tell me, oh, you look so much younger than 45. And I'm like, no, I'm old though. I'm an old woman. I want to be able to say, I can't just say my gray hair. Shit, it's so silly, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
So does this mean you wouldn't do Botox or any kind of cosmetic surgery?
I don't believe in all those things. The only thing I would consider doing is belly liposuction.
No BBL.
But I can't even BBL. Okay, no, thank you. I can't even. I won't even bring myself to do that surgery. But that's just a wishful thing. I just want to wake up one day and my belly is just gone, disappeared. Washboard abs, as in, and it's over. It's be over for everybody because only half top. I'm only wearing bra, save only bra. No, only bra. Maybe that's why God has given it to me because He knows what I'm capable of. Like to me, you just be naked. So no.
Oh, I'm enjoying this so much. I really am. I really am. So, last question.
Hmm.
What are the things you wish women spoke about more often?
Their struggles, yeah. We're not honest about our struggles and what we face. Like, everyone wants to depict this picture perfect life. Yeah, I have the career, I have the husband, I have the kids. But so many people are struggling.
Mm.
Like, share your burden, not with everyone, but just with the right people. Don't wallow in your sorrow by yourself. Don't carry that burden alone. You don't have to be superwoman all the time. Like, when I think of some of the situations um people have gone through, I'm just like, you've been going through this for years and you didn't say anything. I have a friend who is now divorced, but um all of a sudden she's like, oh yeah, I'm getting a divorce. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you guys were the picture perfect couple. Like, well, for the entire marriage I have been unhappy. My husband has been unfaithful for the entire. I'm like, how did you go through this by yourself? I even felt like a bad friend because I didn't notice.
Mm.
Don't do life by yourself. Like, share that burden. Remove that cape. It's not worth it. There's no award for the strongest woman ever.
As in, okay. So we've come to the end. There's just one last bit called rapid fire. So you haven't seen these questions before. So just answer
Ah,
honestly.
hey, hey, hey. Okay.
Ready?
I guess so. Ready or not, here I come. I can't hide.
What is your favorite time of the day?
Oh, night.
Why?
Because I get to switch up. I don't have to be a mummy or a wife or anything. I can just speak to me. I just get to stay on my bed, put on the TV, and watch my K drama.
Ah, me and you K drama.
You watch K drama too?
I love K drama.
Ah, you are a good person. You must be a good person. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What K drama are you watching at the moment, or what have you just finished?
Oh my god, I'm so bad with names, but I'm watching one, Tastefully Yours, I think.
That's
It's
on
on
at the moment. I haven't
Netflix.
started. Oh no, I've watched that one.
Yes.
I've watched that one.
It's
Yeah,
still
I've watched
going
it. I've
on. I
watched it.
think
It's
they're on
cute.
yeah. And then I finished I can't remember the names, but the one on the legal one, it
Beyond the
was a
Bar.
short one, like 12 episodes.
That was good.
Yes,
That was good.
yes, yes.
That was good.
Yes. I like that one. I
Yeah.
like that.
So second question: what is your favorite quote
My favorite quote. Huh.
or saying?
I think this one I have to go biblical. So, a gentle word turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So yeah, you can choose to either um prolong a matter or end it in a good
Some
way.
people just choose violence. Do you know what I mean? Some people just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
they just wake up and you're like, you've chosen violence, have you? No problem. But yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a deliberate, deliberate, and to be honest, a lot of times I find my way stirring up that
Mm.
anger because I just want to be bad, especially when it comes to my children. I'm just like, yeah, you can't be happy. You've made me unhappy. So why should you don't have a right to be happy? No, we will be unhappy together. Yes, it's better.
Oh my god.
Oh no, but seriously, yeah. It's something that I think about it a lot. But your words really do shape other people's response. The tongue is very
Agree.
powerful. It's very powerful. It's one of the smallest organs, but yet it carries so much life or death. All right. So just be very careful. Be very, very
My
careful.
cousin's so wise. So wise. So
Yes.
wise.
Wisdom. Like, you need to sound the bell as you have said that. Boom. Then what like reset.
My last question, rapid fire, is what's the best compliment you have ever received?
What's the best compliment I have ever received? You have a good heart. I'll be like, are you really sure? Even though, like, when I hear things like that, I'm like, they don't really know me. Because if you ask any of my siblings, they will don't say, that girl is black. Your heart is black. They will say, like, your heart is black. Maybe to my siblings, that can be
Yeah, you
harsher
always
and
are.
all that.
Yeah.
But to the rest of the world, you're good, you're kind. So I'll run with that. How about you, Enitan? What is the best compliment you have received?
My smile. I have a very bright smile.
You have
Yeah,
a
I have a
beautiful
very.
smile. You do, you do. You sure do.
I like my smile. It's big. I don't do small smiles.
Mm.
You know, I always I
Mhm.
show like my. Is it
It's a
42? How many
full,
teeth is it? I
yeah.
don't know, but however,
I
however
don't
many teeth.
know. I don't know. My own has reduced significantly, shall my own has reduced. I
Same.
don't even
Neither do
count
I.
it.
But yeah, that's it. That's it. That is it. Oh, we've come to the end, but I have really, really a good conversation. I feel like I've learned so much more
Me
about you.
too. It was good. It was good. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, am I going to be after uptight? I was going to even button all the way here. But, I felt very free and, it was definitely fun. So please do invite me back. I would love to be back on this podcast and I hope, to be a part of it in the future again when it becomes even bigger.
Amen.
Maybe you can fly me down to the UK. We can do an in-person chat. That would be nice. So I'm looking forward to where this will go, and I pray it goes really, really far, and you're able to get a lot more people to talk to, and we'll see where it
Thank
goes.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you so much.
My conversation with Tumi made me think about family and how much I take them for granted. Yes, I know they'll always be there for me, but do I open myself up enough so that they know what's really going on with me? And vice versa, do I ask the right questions consistently and often enough to really know what's going on with them? I'd love to know how that's set with you, so please leave a comment or send an email to thisqueensays@gmail.com. Or if you want to be on the podcast or can think of somebody else who should, please don't hesitate to send an email to thisqueensays@gmail.com.